full-on high mileage van series. A Ram Promaster with 150, and I forgot, it was like 150. Give you a really good idea of what you have coming if you buy an older Promaster, because if there was something that needs to be replaced, I'm gonna end up having to replace it because the transmission is what's coming next. And I got a code for the cams out of position. I put in some Lucas oil and that helped, so that's good. The code went away, but still got the issue with the transmission.
It's 420 somewhere.
I got all the parts right here. Moog, everything. Bushings, ball joints. I don't know how he's gonna do it here. Look at, there's no flat area. This might need to be done at my house. We'll see what happens. Hi. Hi. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Buy a van, it's got some rust, whatever. And then, you know, if you need to replace your sway bar, it's just good to know that you're fucked. You break your end links and have to buy a complete new sway bar. Because they don't sell the end links, you have to buy the whole sway bar, and it's $350 retail. Oh.
I think we got it.
Dude! So yeah, just soak it at WD-40 and it's all good. And leave it overnight if you can.
Make sure you order your bushings.
I should have fucking sprayed WD-40 yesterday.
Yesterday, right? That would have been nice.
Maybe if I didn't smoke weed, I would think about those kind of things.
Nah. I'm sure because we did, we were able to loosen it.
Oh, the weed is what helped us, yeah.
But that's how I do it.
Yeah.
No, and I'm looking for something. If I see the picture of what I'm... No.
This is the problem. Can't get this bolt off.
You have to loosen this transmission mount. The 2 bolts on the body, 2 18mm.
Here. There's 2 bolts. 18 millimeter. It's made so that it can slide up.
And then there's 2 more bolts on the bottom. See that bolt right there? Yeah. And then the one on the other side. Right there. Yep. Those are them. They're already halfway out. So now we can slide the mount straight up. Oh, and the torque mount on the back of the engine does need to come out also. In the transmission side, the transaxle side, see what happens. Look at that.
It's so close, dude.
Didn't you work? Find us.
Come on, honey.
Gotta sweet talk it. Come on, baby.
You want to be a good girl for daddy, don't you?
Right? Look at this, man.
Dude.
God.
Oh my God, there it is. Okay,
All
so
that for that. Are you kidding me?
We just broke this. Or I did. It's a universal joint.
Go down and just go over. What a fucking pain in the ass. I know. You're by yourself, huh? Fuck. Answering phones and shit. Dude,
where's your machine
you
shop guy?
You want to stay in the front to watch?
Want me to answer the phones?
To watch the drums? That's what I was gonna say, man. You need help? I'll come and work.
I'll stay in the front. But I wanted to get a shot of you, what you're doing over here.
Oh shit! Look at this. You have a garage over here? Yes, I do. Yeah. The whole thing, the machine shop. Wow. Okay. Look at this.
Ooh, were my bushings bad?
Oh no, they were good. Look all the powder that came out of it. He had like powder built up in there. He's a good guy, man. I go in the front because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press these out, but I just didn't want to damage it. I just want to make sure it presses out that way.
Ball joint. It's actually causing all the noise is this sway bar end link. I have to buy the whole sway bar. So that didn't get done today. I replaced the bushing here. There's another bushing right there. This is the ball joint right here. It goes up into the spindle. This is the spindle right here that steers everything. Yeah, that was so fast.
It's better, the curbside.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Have a good one.
Alright, you'll get an email to let us know how we did, okay?
Okay, great. That's my neoprene. After the job, it got worse and worse every day. So I brought it back to Izzy and he made sure everything was tight. Eventually, the van was undrivable, drifting from lane to lane. I grabbed the DeWalt Impact and I tried to tighten the bolts myself. To my surprise, fixed the problem. A lesson here is if you don't want any problems, go to a reputable shop. They'll likely have insurance too if they make a really big mistake. The shot you see now of a different time when I changed the oil pressure sensor. An important lesson I learned on this repair, don't just do the oil pressure sensor. In a minute, I'll show you the part that you should replace. What should have taken a day took me 3 days. And I doubt I'll ever try to do this again, but if the auto mechanic extracted those rusty bolts instead of myself, who knows how much they would have charged me. And then since everybody was quarantining for 4th of July, I had nothing better to do.
Heat of the sun. Weird. Right here. This was flat. I thought I'd spray this. I got this paint from Pep Boys. This is plastic. Looks really shabby. Dark charcoal. Oh, it's a gloss. I didn't want to do a gloss. I wanted to do like a satin finish. Plastic adhesion promoter. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I just washed it. You saw it was all wet. Sanded a little bit, and then I'm going to spray a few coats of this. 10 minutes. And then you spray your top coat. Totally forgot to show you how clean this looks. The paint works so good. Highly recommend it. I sanded here because I wanted to paint it. And then I realized, like, no, why? This matches this. This is the part. This didn't look that bad. And so now it's all like sanded and scuffed up. That you always see in these van life videos, a lot of regret. People are like, oh shoot, I should have done this different. I should have done that different. Probably why you see a lot of second and third van builds. Perfect color. It looks like a brand new grill now.
This is the oil pressure sensor. You don't replace this. It costs 40 bucks. You have to take the whole top of the engine off. It took me 3 days because I had rusted bolts down in there, and it's actually very common. Well, not rusted out like mine were. I had to go through craziness. This is the oil cooler housing. It comes with that sensor already in it. You can only get these from the factory. One of these, which are like 300 or 200 if you know somebody where you can get it for wholesale. There's a website online for Mopar parts. Wholesale prices, I checked. Get one of these for a couple $100, I think like $230. What's an extra couple $100 when it takes that much effort to get down there? $450 to do the sensor. Check your repair guide. Everybody charges different. You might as well just replace this whole part because seals on the bottom get oil leaks. This is the most common oil leak on this type of motor. Oh, and there is a metal aftermarket version of this out there. You can also, if you have an older 3.6, there's a newer version of this on the newer 3.6. I forgot which year that it switched over, like 2017 or something. It will fit on the old motors. But then, anytime you take it in for service, you gotta let them know that's where your oil filter goes. The oil filter is different, but the newer one of these is a little bit bigger, a little bit better. A Mopar mechanic or something, he gives all kinds of great advice about this on YouTube. These are the parts that I had to change that were rusted out. Coolant lines from the factory, they come with the hoses. See how rusted out they were? Because my van came from Albany, New York. Well, you know, this is for another video. Straight pipe to the van. Don't do it. It's my boneyard of the parts, like the sunroof that I cut out and the panels that go over the different areas, one of the muffler hangers. Save everything. Everything. Even when I bought a new muffler, that's another video. Same video, yeah. That's the exhaust thing is a long story. Has to do with the water tanks. This is cut off of the muffler. I even saved this because you just never know. This whole part has to come off.
Hi.
Hey. And this is that part where the oil filter goes. The part goes right across the top of the motor. That's your transmission. Trainees are important. And they're expensive. But not as expensive as people tend to think. For this transmission, they told me $2,100 for the whole thing. Just the torque converter, $1,200. But they need it for 4 days because they said they have to rebuild this transmission. They recommend that's the right way to do it. So Oh, that's gonna suck. Because the transmission is shifting perfectly. Isn't this crazy? The only reason I need to get this done, I need to pass smog. And I haven't been able to pass smog because there's a code that comes up. If anybody knows, my transmission doesn't really need to be changed yet. Probably any second. But I don't notice it. It doesn't drive any differently. Why buy a $2,100 transmission when I'm still rolling fine?